substance called paraffin wax. So it's this lovely white stuff here. Paraffin wax comes from crude oil. So I just take everything out of petrol. This is what we're left with. It's the complete opposite of the stuff they used in the 1800s. So in the 1800s, they used a substance called tallow. Does anyone know what tallow is? Tallow is animal fat. So it was really, really smelly. This lovely paraffin wax makes your hands nice and soft. It's on your cheeses, it's on your cereals, it's in your cosmetics. Animal fat is the opposite, it burns with a black smoke. If you go into a church and see rings on the roof, that's from the old tallow candles. They spit the fat as they burn, so houses would catch a light, and they smell. So in this candle factory in the 1800s, we had to be 3 miles out of town. They actually passed the law saying you had to be 3 miles out of town due to the smell. Not only did we smell, we had furry creatures running around all the time. So rats and mice would be running around. To combat rats and mice eating our product, we hung them. So these would sway back and forth. Our lovely furry friends would crawl up into the vat. And as a young apprentice, that's your first job in the morning, to scoop out all the dead rats and mice. So here in Ballarat, we had lots of sheep. We had sheep farming before the gold rush started. So we primarily use sheep fat. By the coast, you might use whale fat. I'm told that the only animal that you can't use is pig, because its fat doesn't set properly. So we cook up a roast pork, you'll notice that the fat is still quite liquidy, so we can't make candles out of that. We do have a lovely big vat up the back, so that means circular vat with the coal kind of sticking out of it. That's where all the carcasses would go. We would use it. If we found a horse on the side of the road, we're going to use it. Put it in the vat, we're going to boiling it up, and all the fat comes to the top, and that's what we're scooping out. When it gets really low, we might send the apprentice in to scoop out all the fat that's down the bottom, to get it out for us. All barrel it up. To make candles in the 1800s, they're starting out with our wick. So we use braided cotton. It's the same way they did in the 1800s. This is your wicking machine. You're weaving the wick up and down, and it was the job of the young apprentice. So for your first year in the apprenticeship, which is 4 years, you'll be wicking up the flame. So 3 of these makes candles. We have different notches, so they make different sizes. We made 10 inches. These huge candles were all made from the mines. Once wicked up, they'll go on a frame, and we can dip them. So our lovely candles to be made from the mines. They weren't white, it was a yellow colour because it's fat. But miners would buy them from Mr. Hughes. You, being a miner, will get one at the start of your shift. They're 10 inches long. Every inch burns an hour, so it's your timepiece. You get it at the start of your shift, you go underground with your candle lit, and then counts down the time. 10 hours later, you go back out from underground. Some miners got clever, and they go towards the bottom of their candle, so 5 inches up, cut into it, and they put gunpowder in there. Not enough to make a big bang, but enough to sizzle and pop, and that was a timer to know that they've got 5 minutes left of their shift to pack up to get out. Candles weren't a white colour. We were quite lucky in the fact that they coloured. Notice pretty these ones here. Anyone understand why we might make coloured candles in the 1800s? Coloured candles prevented theft. The mine owners buying white candles and you're going to the grocery store to get white candles for your home. Who's to say a miner won't put one in their pocket, join their line again, and get another one and keep going on. To make them coloured, we used to throw grass, beetroot. If you've got a fire going, you might even get some coal out of there and throw it in to make a grey colour. Every mine owner had a different colour, therefore they knew that was their candle. If you were caught with a coloured candle in your house, a trooper can come along and arrest you, you can be sent to jail. Now if you're lucky, you might be only in jail for 1 day. However, if our lovely court doesn't come into town, you can be tied to a tree or a pole for a couple of months. It all depends when they come in to work out whether you're guilty or not. Once we've wicked them up, we've got our lovely candles. This in here, we're cheap today, we've got electricity. In the 1800s, same kind of principle. You've got a water jacket in here. They produce steam through pipes, and a gentleman stoking the fire at the back in a boiler house created the steam to heat up our wax, which would have been the animal fat. Today it's electricity, water jacket on a timer. We don't have to worry too much about it. It sits at 80 degrees. So in the 1800s, it was an art and an own to make sure that the vat was at temperature. If we let this vat go cold, it takes us about 3 days for us to make it back to liquid form. Now to make our candles, this is probably the most exciting part of candle making. So if you do suffer from excitement where you get heart palpitations, hold on to the person next to you because this is the exciting part. And there you go. Wasn't that exciting? I'll even show you again. So day in, day out, gentlemen, we're making candles as such. This is called the knowing donkey. He's got long ears and he bobs up and down. When the candles are ready, we have lights at the other end and they'll be balanced. If you're in here long enough, you can tell by eye. Because in Sovereign Hill we make all different sizes, we cheat and we use calipers. Once we dip them twice, we have to take them off. Continuously dipping our candles sends them going backwards. The wax heats up and we melt them back to our wick. This lovely wheel was invented just to hold the candles, so that we may change the hands and continuously dip. To make a candle that's 10 inches, these ones as you can see, they're almost ready. We can only do a couple of dips onto the wheel. In the summertime, it can take anywhere up to 200 dips to make our 10-inch candle, just because of the air temperature is quite warm. We also have to wait for them to cool down, so we can go through the whole wheel and still have to wait for them to cool down. Where in the winter, we can do the same candle in 30 dips. So it's quite a quick process in the winter, and that's just simply because the layers are going on thicker and we have less runoff. So today you can see on my finger, that's how big our layers are, so they're quite good. It is hot, I can't submerge my hand in it, but we can graze our fingers on the top and we won't get burnt. These ones here, need about 2 more. From here, when they're ready, we would get some string and tie them into the wax. As you can see, these ones have shards down the bottom. If we got a knife and cut them all off, we break all of our candles because they're made in layers. So to make them nice and smooth, we just melt off the bottom above the bar, this bar here. It exposes the wick, so all we have to do is come along and cut them off. In our 4-year apprenticeship, we do have 12 to 14-year-old boys in here running around. In the 4 years of your apprenticeship, we pay you nothing. Lots of people are surprised, but we're feeding, clothing you and taking you to church on Sunday, so that's pretty much your pay. At the end of the 4 years, you've learned a trade, so you can start up a business in a company in town, or can stay on and work. Women would bring their children and would be quite glad to get rid of their children, because you've got multiple at home, so you're 12, 13 children at home, you're adding a spare one to us. Any job above ground is better than being below, so you're happy to give them to us. They would live out back, either next to the boiler room or just out the back, so we would have a mattress on the floor and all the boys would sleep together. At home, if you're wanting to do the cheaper alternative to make the candles at home, you can do that. You get a pan made, stick your meat on there as it cooks, or the fat drips to the side. You may have then gone to the blacksmith, got him to make you up a mould, and you're slowly pouring them in. Oh, it's a very long process. To make your wick at home, you've got a couple of garments. You've been wearing them every day. You have one nice Sunday outfit, then you've got a garment that you wear all the time. To get around that, ladies sleeves that were detachable, collars that were detachable, so they would wash them. You wouldn't have to wash your whole garment, so you look nice and clean. You could use your undergarments or this dress that's worn out. You would rip them up and use them as the wig, and then slowly pouring on. We also did have in the 1800s a self-wash machine, so you see these around. These were great overseas, not so much here in Ballarat. These ones here make roughly around 117 candles in one go. Our lovely machine over there makes about 36. These machines weren't great here, they use a lot of water. So overseas they were great, they had access to lots of water. Water and your fat would be in the lever barrels at the back. Turning the lever, turned it on, puts it in here. Unlike those ones that come off in pairs, these ones come off like sisters. So the rope pushes the candle up, so they sit one above each other. The unfortunate thing with these, the wicks run from the bottom. If you let the wick run out, you have to pull the whole machine apart to re-wick it. So that's the day that it's not working. If you break apart, you have to write a letter, send it to England. England will never make it apart and send it back. And that's if the boat makes it. That's 6 to 8 months where you're not using this machine. Not long after they came and arrived in Ballarat, electricity was formed. So then we didn't need machines at all. If you do have any other questions, we're happy to answer. Otherwise, if you're wanting to colour a candle, we do have coloured pots. I can show you how to do those ones. Simply dipping it in. Changing the colours. Mix and we get other colours. And this one's probably our most magical colour. It's our pink one. For some reason, it doesn't come out until we put it in the water. So the colder it gets, the colour comes out. All of the candles you see had been made here. The ones up the back had been made in moulds, so we do have a array of moulds that we make them out of. The multicoloured ones, every colour is a different fragrance, so we pour out into trays and cut up the little pieces that were in them. Each colour is a different fragrance, so if you smell them, smell each of the colours. And when you smell them from the bottom. Because we've got lots of scents going on, they all kind of mask each other, but the bottom's true to how the candle smells. So they've all been handmade here. Now have a lovely afternoon.
Thank you.